Now, it was also good to see and read about you getting your hands dirty.
Yeah.
Like with the Four Corner Hustlers.
Yeah.
What's the Four Corner Hustlers, man?
Well, what's the organization in Chicago that was, a lot of the organizations, came from the Black Power movement in many ways. And, it was a branch of what many would call brothers. Like we was all brothers. And brothers fit under, different like groups in that organizations within brothers. And Four Corner Hustlers was just the dudes that I roll with.
Right.
Like, and I mean, they wasn't just only on my side of town. They was on the west side. And, they was prominent in the street organizations as far as handling business and getting things taken care of. So that's who I was affiliated with.
And you talk about, man, like, y'all would fight, but you felt that instinctively part of the fighting was just to learn how to fight and become a man. Yeah.
I mean, it was in a way. And this part of it was just like that. You got that energy. You just want to, like, you drinking, you mad, whatever, you just out there fighting. It was, we weren't trying to, like, remove you from this earth.
Right.
We were trying to beat you till you couldn't move, but, like, but not,
allegedly.
Yeah. But, not remove you from the earth. But the fighting, so the fighting was part of it, becoming a man. I got whooped sometimes. I whooped niggas, it was like, it was all part of the process of becoming a man,
How do you feel, man? What do you think would have happened to you if you was growing up under today's circumstance? Because it was a completely, not saying that it was a paradise or like, it was everything was all good, because it wasn't. But compare it to like what's really going on right now, man.
Man, I think it would have been real hard to grow up in the circumstances today, because, man, like the way of life is like, guns, like it's guns, and
ain't nobody fighting right now,
and
unless it's for world star purposes, and niggas is getting jumped.
Yeah, it's like and those are moves that you make. It ain't no coming back from. Like you could fight somebody and whoop on them, and it was some cats getting stabbed or blah, but. Once you shooting somebody, man. That's it. You in a whole different path. Yeah, you're in a different path, man. And it's like, those are life-changing things.
Right.
So it would have been real difficult for me. But I have to say, I guess I'm saying this as a grown man, and maybe even as a young man, I think I would have thought, like, I thought back then, well, I ain't trying to go to jail. I ain't trying to get killed. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't trying to go that far. Like
you knew, and this goes back to your mom's. Like you had a foundation.
Yeah.
You kind of knew how far that ledge was.
Yeah, and just a decision too. Because I know people that had great families. They ended up on dope, selling dope. It's just a choice. At a certain point, you got to say, man, what do I want to do with this life?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, man, I got to make some moves in my life. So it was more a decision. My mother definitely gave me a good foundation, but man, you could drift from that foundation.
Of course.
And I think it was for me seeing these things that was successful and saying, I want to be that. I want to be somebody that's successful in life, and I wanted good things in life. So that was my pursuit, and for me, if it wasn't like, if it was gonna be something that's gonna straight take me off the track of like what the goal is, I wasn't messing with it too much. It's only few times, it's not few, but it was only times where I just was like, either just not conscious about it and made, which that can happen, or just times where I just was too emotional that I could have
done something rash.
Yeah, done something rash. But otherwise, if I'm in my right state of mind, I ain't just gonna be like, okay, I'm about to go do this and change this cat, or that just ain't me.
And it's also not only what you saw in other people, but what people saw in you, because you talked about like your man Yusef, like who really actually altered your trajectory as well.
Yeah, well, Yusef, man, like Yusef came from a big family. Rest in peace to Seth. God bless his soul. He was a dude that would like, he point blank was like, he ranked amongst the 4 CHs, amongst the 4 corner hustlers, and you know, they family, like, you know, them dudes was going through, his younger brother got shot. That was one of the first people I knew that got killed when we were young. And God bless his soul, Dula. But the point is, Yusef taught me some things, like he taught me some things when it came down the street things, and at the same token, he was like, man, you special, you got something. And you got to take on that, like,
you're a leader.
You're a leader.
Right.
You got to take on that leadership, bro. Like, you can't, like, because I ain't want that leadership, bro. It's too much to come with that, man. It's like,
and you it didn't even conceive in your mind that you was a leader.
Nah, I wasn't thinking like that. I'm thinking like, you know, I just wanted to see everybody being good.
We all huddled up together.
Yeah. And I think, you know, what he was saying, not that, you know, everybody wasn't their own man, but it was like, yo, you got an opportunity, you got something to, you know, that's gonna stand out, and you got to be able to not only represent us, but at the same token, like, help show us the way, like, you know, be a leader, like, empower the people you working with, you know, listen to the people you working with, or who you know, whomever you leading, and make good choices. And it's something, because I've been learning more about, you know, leaders. I keep mentioning this movie, Selma, because it's about Dr. King and his team, and how they got voting rights for people in Selma. I mean, not just for Selma, but really they changed the world by getting these voting rights in 1965. But when we talk about leaders, he was a leader who was able to put all these different people together. Like, my character was this brilliant dude that people would say was crazy, and then you had this woman, Diane Nash, who was like a radical doing things. But the point is, Dr. King was a leader who was able to take
all those qualities, and see all the good things, as opposed to the, oh, he crazy, or she too radical, right?
Yeah, and know you the chosen one, but still give them a chance to because you need them
to be in this thing together. You can't do it by yourself.
Can't do it by yourself.
King could not have done it by himself.
Nah, and man, you know, I was finding out during that time, like, Dr. King came and stayed in Cabrini Green and slept overnight in Cabrini Green, just to show he was down with the people, man. Like, them leaders at that time was leaders, man. And when Seth was saying be a leader, I had to embrace that. I had to feel that confidence.
But it took some time, though.
Man, it took time, man. It took time, and you know you hear, no matter what, we don't get to hear it from all the leaders that we see that are leaders, but it's time as a leader, you like, man, I don't want this.
I don't need this shit.
Yeah, man, I'm good, man.
I'm good.
Let me just go, like, do
Get
this.
my brew, let me go home, put on some cable.
Yeah, exactly, bro. But then, you know, man, to whom much is given, much is required. You got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.